I was strapped to a hospital bed, screaming, "That's not my baby!" I cried, but the nurse just injected something into my arm. "You signed the contract," she whispered. 3 weeks earlier, I woke up with stabbing back pain. I pulled the blanket off and froze. My stomach looked huge, round, tight. I was pregnant. I rolled out of bed and fell to the floor, dizzy. This had to be a nightmare. I was a virgin. I hadn't even kissed anyone yet. I crawled to the mirror. The bump looked so real. I poked it. It didn't hurt. It felt warm, alive. My head spun. I wanted to scream. My mom rushed in, her face pale. "You weren't supposed to notice it yet," she muttered. "Not until after the transfer was complete." I begged her to explain. She just said, "Don't panic. You volunteered for this. You agreed to carry it. You just don't remember signing." I agreed. Was she insane? I would never do this. She pulled out a contract with my signature on it, but I had no memory of this. Apparently, I had signed up for a secret medical trial. Something about accelerated incubation and memory-blocking sedation. The words made my skin crawl. I ran out of the house that night, hiding in my friend Chloe's basement. I showed her my bump. "That's insane," she whispered. "We have to expose them." We started digging online. Turns out, I wasn't the only girl. There were forums. Girls waking up pregnant. No memory. Signed documents. The Bloom Project, they called it. Chloe clicked on a link labeled "Victims of Bloom." A video loaded a tearful girl about our age, whispering, "They took 9 months from me." In 1 week, we watched in horror as the girl showed her ultrasound. "They injected me while I was asleep. I don't know what I'm carrying, but it's not normal. I'm next," I whispered. Chloe looked at me, eyes full of fear. "You're not going back there," she said firmly. "We'll stop them. I promise." We printed everything, the videos, the contract, the Bloom documents. Chloe said we should go to the police. I wanted to believe they'd help, but something felt off. The next morning, we headed to the station. I was sweating, the bump getting heavier. But before we reached the door, 2 men in black suits blocked us. "Miss Harper?" one of them asked. I froze. "You're not safe out here," he said. "We need to escort you to the facility. Now." Chloe grabbed my hand. "Run," and we did. We bolted through the alley, hearts racing, ducking behind dumpsters. The men chased us, yelling something into their earpieces. We finally lost them and collapsed behind a storage shed. My heart was thumping so hard, I thought I might go into labor or whatever this was. "We can't go home," I whispered. "They'll find me again." Chloe nodded. "Then we go to someone they can't silence." She pulled out her phone. "My cousin works for a reporter." Chloe's cousin, Erin, agreed to meet us at an abandoned diner outside town. I wrapped myself in a scarf and sunglasses, barely able to walk. When Erin saw me, she gasped. "You're only 17, she said, stunned. "They've done this before, but you're the youngest case I've ever seen." Erin began filming immediately. I told my story on camera, from waking up with the bump to the men in suits. I cried halfway through. Then she showed us something chilling. Security footage from Bloom Laboratories. Girls strapped to beds. One girl screaming, "It's not mine. I want it out." We uploaded my video anonymously and tagged every journalist, influencer, and whistleblower we could find. Within hours, it went viral. People were demanding answers. But just as the views hit 2 million, the video disappeared, deleted from every platform. Erin's accounts were wiped clean. "They're watching us," she whispered. That night, someone tried to break into Erin's apartment. We hid in the crawl space for hours. I clutched my stomach, praying I'd survive this nightmare. The next morning, Erin was gone. Her phone was left behind, screen shattered. Chloe and I stood frozen. "She was taken," Chloe said quietly. "We're next." I started having sharp pains. Chloe begged me to go to a hospital. "Not their clinic," she said. "A real one. Somewhere safe." "I'll find one." We hitchhiked to a small rural clinic hours away. A kind old nurse took us in, no questions asked. She did a quick scan. Her face turned pale. "This isn't a normal pregnancy," she whispered. I don't even think this is human. And it's growing fast. I broke down sobbing. What did they put inside me? The nurse pulled Chloe aside and whispered something. Chloe's face turned white. What did she say? I asked, panicking. Chloe hesitated. She said, "It's not your DNA either." What do you mean, not mine? I shouted. It's inside me. I'm carrying it. But Chloe just looked at me with tears in her eyes. You were used, Harper. The nurse gave me some pills to slow the growth. It'll buy us a few days, she said. But you need to decide keep it or remove it. I couldn't think. My body felt hijacked. My memories weren't even my own anymore. What if I removed it and died? What if I kept it and destroyed the world? We found an old motel nearby and used fake names. Every sound outside made me jump. I kept dreaming of something moving inside me, with glowing eyes. In the middle of the night, I woke up screaming. My bump was glowing faintly. Chloe saw it too. She whispered, "Harper, whatever's inside you, it's waking up." I threw up violently. The lights in the room flickered. I didn't know if it was fear or something else, but it felt like it had power over me. Chloe checked the forums again. Someone named Project Eve 88 posted, "It will bond to the host if carried too long. After that, removal becomes fatal." I felt like I couldn't breathe. So, I die if I keep it. I die if I remove it. What kind of choice is that? Then something strange happened. I started hearing thoughts, not mine. Whispers, a voice inside me. "You are the chosen vessel. You said yes. Let me be born." I collapsed on the floor, grabbing my head. Chloe rushed to help. "It's talking to me," I sobbed. "It's in my mind now." The voice told me things, memories I didn't know I had. A lab, wires, a doctor saying, "She's the perfect candidate. Full compliance, 0 TIs. I remembered the chair, the contract, my hand signing it. I'd agreed, not knowing the cost. They'd erased my past, but the creature remembered it all. Chloe insisted we keep running, but deep down, I knew we couldn't hide from something growing inside me, something that could reach into my thoughts. We traveled by bus, then foot, to a woman named Dr. Hannah, an ex-scientist who once worked with Bloom. Erin had sent her name before vanishing. Dr. Hannah let us in, eyes tired but kind. "I never thought I'd see another carrier," she whispered. "You're number 7. She showed us files. Each girl implanted with something, an experiment meant to evolve humanity. But most didn't survive. Some became unstable. One vanished completely. What do they want from me?" I asked. Dr. Hannah looked away. "You're the only one who's made it this far. They want you to give birth to their future." Chloe gasped. "You mean she's supposed to be the mother of an entire species?" "Yes," Hannah said grimly. "A new kind. Not human, not machine. Something in between." I screamed. I didn't want this. I never wanted any of this. I just wanted to go to school, fall in love, be normal. Dr. Hannah gave me two options. Go underground or be captured. They'll come for you soon. The moment the child is ready, I touched my bump. It was already moving. We decided to hide deeper, miles into the mountains, where there was no signal, no cameras. Dr. Hannah had an old bunker she used to call home. Every night, the voice grew louder. "You were made for this. I chose you." I covered my ears. I didn't want to be a mother to a monster. But then something changed. One night, I had a vision, a small glowing baby, reaching for me, smiling. "Please don't be afraid," it said. "I feel your sadness." I woke up in tears. Was it evil or just different? Could something created in a lab still have a soul? I didn't know anymore. I told Dr. Hannah. She looked conflicted. They made it to be a weapon, but if it bonded with your emotions, it could evolve differently. Suddenly, there was a bang. Flashlights, shouts, Bloom agents. They'd found us. Chloe and I ran, but I collapsed from pain. "It's coming," I screamed. Dr. Hannah stayed behind to stall them. We heard her scream as they dragged her away. I cried, but Chloe pulled me forward. "We have to finish this." We made it to an abandoned cabin. I could barely breathe. The pain was unbearable. And then, the first contraction hit. It's time, I sobbed. It's really happening. I lay on the floor, clutching Chloe's hand. The voice inside me was calm now. Don't be afraid, mother, I screamed as the world went black. I blinked awake, drenched in sweat. Chloe was sobbing beside me. Harper, you're okay, she whispered. I looked down. My stomach was flat. It was gone. Where is it? I gasped. Chloe pointed to a bundle wrapped in a blanket. The baby. But it didn't cry. It didn't look human. Its eyes were silver. I crawled to it. It blinked at me. Then it smiled. A peaceful, almost knowing smile. Mama, it said in my mind. Thank you for not giving up. I froze. Chloe backed away. Harper, it's inside my head now too. We both sat there, stunned. Whatever this baby was, it could talk without speaking. I wrapped it tighter. Its skin was warm, glowing faintly. I won't let them take you, I whispered. I don't know what you are, but you're mine now. Suddenly, outside screaming. Bloom agents. They tracked us. I looked at Chloe. We can't run anymore. But then the baby reached up, glowing brighter. Time stopped. Everything froze. The birds, the wind, even the agents outside, mid-step. I've given you one chance, the baby's voice echoed. To choose your future, I stood, trembling. You did this? The baby nodded slowly. Your love made me strong, but the world will fear me unless you guide them. I was no longer just Harper. I was the guardian of something new, something beyond human. I picked up the baby, then we disappear, and we start over. Chloe found a hidden exit underground. We escaped before time resumed. When it did, the agents were clueless. We were already gone, vanished without a trace. We traveled by night, never staying long. The baby whom I named Nova was growing fast. By 1 month, she could talk. By 3, she could read my thoughts. But Bloom wasn't done. They'd posted rewards. They called me unstable, said I'd stolen a prototype. Chloe hacked into their system, found files marked Project Mother Code. I found out the truth. They created 12 babies. I was carrier number 7. The rest were dead, or worse. Nova was the only one that thrived. One day, Nova held my hand and whispered, "They're making more." What? I asked. They're going to try again, but this time, they want thousands. That night, I made a choice. No more hiding. I was going to expose Bloom. I would burn it to the ground and take every lab with it. Chloe and I recorded everything. My story, my pregnancy, the documents. Nova, on camera, told the truth. I did not choose this, but I will protect the world I'm in. We uploaded it to the dark web. Within hours, it went viral. Hackers, journalists, whistleblowers. Everyone was talking. Bloom couldn't hide anymore. Bloom denied everything, called it a hoax, but the footage of Nova was undeniable. She became a symbol, a miracle, or a threat depending on who you asked. Then came the bounty hunters, not just Bloom, but people wanting to own her, to sell her DNA, to use her as a weapon. We had to keep moving. We crossed borders, used disguises, but Nova always knew where we'd be safe. They're coming, she'd say, and we'd vanish before anyone arrived. Nova was growing into a child now. She called Chloe Auntie. She laughed like any kid, but her eyes, still silver, still watching the world like a puzzle. Sometimes I wondered what if I had removed her? What if I'd listened to my fear? But every time she hugged me, I knew she was my daughter. Nova began to write stories about hope, about girls like me who were trapped. She didn't want to be feared. She wanted to change things for everyone. Bloom collapsed within a year, but the people behind it, they went deeper underground. And we weren't safe. Not really. Nova said they'd build again. One night, I found her crying. What's wrong? I asked. They made more, she whispered. But without love, they're dangerous. They'll come for me. Because I'm the only one like this, she made me promise. If I turn dark, if I ever forget who I am, you stop me, Mom. Promise me. I promise, I cried. But you won't. Years passed. Nova grew into a teenager. Smart, kind, powerful. Some people worshipped her, others feared her. But to me, she was still just the girl who called me Mom. One day, a boy appeared, silver eyes, silent. He said one word, sister. Nova looked terrified. It's starting, she whispered. They've activated the rest. The world wasn't ready, but Nova was. She took my hand. We're going to stop them. Together, I smiled. Always, I'm with you. No matter what, we formed a resistance, not just to destroy Bloom's plans, but to protect the new children being born, those who didn't ask to be made. Nova wasn't just a miracle. She was a leader. She used her gifts to heal, to teach, to show the world that power didn't have to mean destruction. But Bloom's shadow still followed us. They created a final version, one without empathy, one built only for control. Nova said it was her opposite. And it was coming. The final battle was brutal. Nova faced her mirror, her twin. I watched in horror as they clashed, mind to mind, light to shadow. And then, silence. Nova stood there, exhausted, tears in her eyes. She's gone, she whispered. But I saw something in her, a piece of me. Nova didn't destroy her. She merged with her, took her darkness, and made it light. It nearly killed her, but it saved the world. She collapsed in my arms. I love you, Mom, she whispered. I love you too, Nova. You were the best thing I never planned for. We rebuilt. Nova became a symbol of peace and possibility. Schools were opened. Children born from labs were given homes. Love had changed everything. I wrote a book. I Woke Up with a Baby Bump became the title. People laughed at first, until they read the truth. Nova, now grown, smiled during my book launch. You gave me life, she said, but more importantly, you gave me choice. I smiled. You gave me purpose. I woke up with a baby bump once, scared and alone. But that bump, it turned out to be the start of everything beautiful in my life.